Welcome, everybody. Happy Kwai Day. It's Friday, July 26th. Would you believe this is our first year anniversary of our weekly public meetings? If you go to the Kwai events page, and let me share this tab. If you go there and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, gosh, this is our history. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll get to, well, July 17th, I put out the original call to action. It's worth watching that video. But it was July 28th when we had our first weekly public meeting. There's meeting number one, and that's Afshin, our president. And then the second meeting, along came Eunice. And then the third meeting, along Sam Johnston. So these are folks that have been with us all the way along the journey. Then we actually did the unveiling at a keynote in at the University of California, the DataCon LA conference. That was a great recruiting event. That was a way of getting out the message about Kwai to a broader audience. And it was a big megaphone. And that's where we met Jordan Schwartz, who got us into the Scale conference in Pasadena. Here are a few other members. Maybe you can remember all of these meetings, but look, I'm not going to go through them, and I don't recommend that you watch all of the 52 hours back to back. That would be a very sad event for everyone. But it's worth just scrolling through and patting ourselves on the back for the accomplishment that we've achieved as a movement. There's Michael Nathan. Let's see. There's some more. Look, there's Matt. Matt was a key founding member, helped the organization get up to speed. There's Cyan. Cyan was involved from the very early days. Here's where meeting number 33, we actually did it from the show floor of the Pasadena Convention Center at the Scale conference. And then Debbie started emceeing it, and everything started to get more structure and more order. Along came Doc Searles as the chief intention officer for Kwai. And we started to have regular lightning talks. And here's Dave Grantham giving a lightning talk. And then Larry Namer, the co-founder of E! Entertainment, gave a lightning talk. We also had Doc Searles. This is Marcus Petri-Liner, who gave a talk about the My Data global initiative, which was an early sort of precursor in this space of users owning their own data. And fast forward through today, you can see some key presenters here. J.D. Miller, Sujit Nair, talking about the Beacon protocol. This is a protocol that is actually a great illustration of how peer-to-peer networks, peer-to-peer commerce can take place. And it's a very forward-leaning protocol. And it's probably going to be a key ingredient for our intent casting network that we anticipate. Here is Eve Mailer. Eve Mailer was the CTO of ForgeRock, but Eve was a shining light in the area of identity and the internet identity workshop sort of glitterati of that community that, frankly, I'm new to, but we got a warm welcome there. You'll recall Sol Lee, and then a few weeks ago we actually had Christian Randieri dial in, but Ruth gave the lightning talk on personal AI in education. Michael Glavich from AI 2030. It's a conference we spoke at. And then last week was Steve Wilson from Exabeam. So pat ourselves on the back for being here consistently every week for the weekly public meeting. And it's fantastic to see this movement grow. So we've well, what are the statistics after a year? We've got in terms of membership, over 500 members now. I think this morning's number is 573. So that's great. We're an organization that's growing rapidly. We are a rich vein of AI critical thinkers. These are not the normal cheerleaders of AI or the spectators of AI. These are critical thinkers, people that feel that AI is heading in an unsafe direction and we can do something about it. In fact, we have to do something about it. Our thesis at Kwai is that if AI is going to be truly uplifting for humanity, let's start with the problems of humans first. Let's build personal AI and let's enhance the equity of AI, making AI available to everyone. Your own personal assistant, one that you can own and operate. So we're building a personal AI operating system. Gosh, mind blows. Why build an operating system? Well, it's a framework. It's a framework much like Alexa is a framework, but it's also called an operating system. And it allows you to build a personal assistant that is extensible with applications that we call abilities, much like Alexa is a framework for automating your IoT devices and is extendable through packages they call skills, applications they call skills. Much like your mobile phone is a technology that allows you to build, it's a telephone, but it has applications in there, and these are extensions to it. So think about the Pi operating system in that vein. So we are going. I'm going a bit long here just to give you an update of what's going on in what have we achieved in the year that we've been running this movement. So in Q1, we delivered a proof of concept at this summit at the Scale Conference. That's the thing that's on our website. You can go and play with that. We are working towards the beta, which is an enhancement of functionality and performance, but it's specifically focused at academia. And I'm pleased to say that we've now got 17 colleges have applied to join the beta program. Our target is 30. So, and we haven't even sent out the press release. All I did was I put the web page up on our website, and we did one LinkedIn post. This is all organic word of mouth, and so we're about to put the press release out. I'll give you more of an update on the beta program later on in the meeting. I'd like to introduce Myra. Myra, maybe you'd go on camera. And Myra's going to talk us through the rest of the agenda. Where are you, Myra? No, Myra's dropped from the call. Okay, I'm going to talk you through the rest of the agenda. We've got Angel Sanchez will be delivering the lightning talk. So Angel is the founder of Arcus Nexus. So let me tell you where Arcus Nexus, well, the contribution Arcus Nexus has made. A year ago, in fact, it was more than a year ago, it was June at a conference in Anaheim by Disney. It was an AWS conference. I had a meeting with Angel and with Eunice, and I said, well, I'm still CTO at Real Networks, but my term's going to come to an end shortly and I'm going to retire, but I'm thinking of setting up a nonprofit, and it's a collaborative AI lab. And I described the broad scope of the work we're going to be doing, and instantly Angel said, okay, I'm in. And I'm so grateful to Angel for showing that faith and support for the concept of Kwai, which was not well formed at that point. It was a vague idea, but Eunice and Angel have been consistent supporters of the Kwai movement and have contributed 6 developers to Kwai to help us get to our POC, the Scale conference in Q1, and are now actively contributing to our code to get us to the beta. We'll hear more about that later on. So I wonder if Angel is on the call and ready to speak up. I don't see him dialed in.
I don't see him either, and I messaged him. He hasn't responded yet, and I even asked someone at the office to find him, track him down.
So look, we can move on with the rest of the agenda. And,
we'll come back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Myra, why don't you steer us through the rest of the agenda? When Angel dials in, then we'll have his lightning talk slot.
Okay, so then maybe we'll leave the Pi Assistant for when he joins. He might be interested in learning about that. So why don't we go to the Pi OS?
Sure. And Sam is out, so I'm going to ask one of the other developers, maybe Robert, you're on the call. It'd be great if you gave an update from your point of view, from a developer's point of view that's interacting with the Pi OS. Robert Binning, throwing you in.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Hi, I apologize. I'm actually driving at the moment, so my ability to give an update is going to be a bit limited. But we've been working pretty hard on the Pi OS side of things and changing the database over to involve SQL Alchemy. I know Sam has been working pretty hard on that, and at the same time, we're also building the object that is going to represent the assistant within the operating system, and that involves the voice, that involves the face, the persona that is going to represent the different assistants that's going to live within the operating system itself. And also working on authentication to be able to make a zero password authentication involving passkeys rather than passwords. And that's going to live natively within the operating system itself as well. So a lot of good things are happening on the OS side. And that's just kind of a really quick overview of the update.
Fantastic. And for anyone that wants to get involved in the operating system development, go and look at the pios.org website. That's one good entry point. The other is obviously the working group channel on Slack, the WG PiOS Slack channel. Get involved. Go and have a look at the canvas of the Slack channel, which is, every channel's got its own sort of web page, which is called a canvas. Go and have a look in there. Get involved in the weekly meetings, the work group meetings. Get involved in the code. There are a few code contributors on the underlying operating system. This is going to be a fantastic project. It's cutting edge. It's there are very few opportunities you get to work at an operating system level on kernel services of an operating system. So take that chance. Okay, so back to the agenda. I'm going to give you an update on the beta program. And so you ask, well, what is the beta program? And we are developing a personal AI assistant. It's an operating system that allows everyone to own and operate their own assistant, and it's extensible through abilities. We showed a proof of concept in Q1, but now we're going to be unveiling a beta in Q3, and it's going to be targeted at the education workspace. We bring 3 use cases to the beta. The Lumi bot is an illustration of an FAQ bot. You can imagine the administration of a college, of any institution, could upload all of their FAQ or documents that would become part of an FAQ, a frequently asked questions bot. So this could be the policy documents, the procedures, the student conduct manual. And all of those documents that you had signed that you said you were going to adhere to and you never actually read when you were onboarded, those could be part of the knowledge base of this personal AI system. And it allows you to now have a conversation with that knowledge. You can, it could be in the form of a help desk. On the left side over here, we show the virtual teacher's assistant. This is a bot where every professor, every member of faculty and staff could create a bot that is informed by their course curriculum material. And it's student facing, so they would release it to their students, and their students can now have a conversation with the course curriculum material rather than emailing the professor at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night for an essay that's due at midnight. The one in the middle is a use case which is for sort of the celebrity professor that's well published. Here we produced it for Bruce Schneier, who's a professor at Harvard. He's also a world expert in cryptography and cybersecurity and AI trust. And so this bot over here is an illustration of that sort of ask the author bot, where you can have a conversation with an author's body of writing. And that is the examples of AI that we're going to bring into the education marketplace. And it'll be a closed beta. The idea is that we want 30 universities and colleges to participate and host the back end. So let's scroll down here.
And how many, Reza, are almost signed on?
So the button over here, apply to join, 17 colleges have already signed on.
Yep.
And I'm going to be sending the press release out shortly. Let me tell you what the objectives are and the requirements. So the objectives are to bring cutting edge personal AI to your campus in these 3 use cases. So that's quite clear. We want to, our objectives, the objectives for us is to learn more about the platform. How does its performance scale? How can we optimize its cost? How can we learn from which features work and which don't? And hopefully we're going to get fast enough turnaround and feedback so that we can be rolling out updates to it over the next quarter. The requirements of the college is to host the back end, which is a GPU server, and it's a pretty hefty server. It's a server with a 24 gigabyte GPU RAM card in there, NVIDIA card. And so in the sort of in the service of equity, to ensure equity that all colleges can participate in this, rather than just the most deep-pocketed colleges, we enlisted the help of some beta partners. And I'd like to introduce Joseph Suppers. Joseph, you're on the call, aren't you? Joseph, why don't you say a word about how we're going to enhance the equity of this beta program?
Sure. Thank you for that, Reza, and that introduction. We've had a very interesting, fascinating, and exciting week. Reza and I met in Sacramento on Monday and spent half a day together exploring how we would accomplish what he just mentioned, providing equity where everyone has the ability to participate and share in this personal AI model. One of the things that's really important to make it work is the infrastructure. And that means you've got to have the right server and you've got to have the right connectivity. So right now, what we're exploring with Kwai is to provide that sort of infrastructure in a data center that we have in Sacramento. Our company, Swiss Vault, is a software and hardware company specializing in data storage. And the large language models that really propel AI require lots of data. Lots of data has got to be actively accessed, and it's got to be ready fairly quickly. And so that's our specialty. Our partner, iBridge Cloud Services, has multiple data centers where they've got the hardware and consequently the GPUs. So what we've done is we've combined their data center infrastructure with our software for data storage to be able to offer a total solution for those organizations that might have an interest in this platform, but they don't have the hardware that's outlined here for the requirements. So how do you accommodate that? So that's what we're trying to solve. Not everyone has the ability to provide this sort of hardware, but through the combination of iBridge Cloud Technologies and SwissVault, we can cover both the GPUs and the data storage and scale this over time as more and more data gets uploaded for the model. So that's what we're bringing to the table. This will help us drive costs down and consequently allow other people to really participate in this that might not have the skills. We can also enhance the capabilities for those organizations that do have the IT infrastructure on campus, because what we're finding is a lot of the people who are interested in this have got to go to their IT departments, and the IT departments don't have the capacity for this. So we can fix that. And those organizations that do have the capacity, sometimes they want to isolate it within their data center. And so we've got the ability to deploy hardware and software in their facility and work with them as well to accommodate this. So we're kind of the back office side of this, the meat and potatoes that make it all run so that you can all have access to this. So we're really excited about having the opportunity to work with Kwai and Reza and his team. And my objective right now is to help Reza get to 30. And I'm hoping that maybe by the end of next Friday, next week, we can get there. That's a little ambitious, but I tend to reach for the stars. And sometimes you may not get to the stars, but you end up getting the moon instead, and that's just as good. So with that, Reza, back to you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And look, a press release is going to be going out shortly, and thanks so much for the quotes. It's an important stepping stone in the direction to our end destination of personal AI for everyone.
And Reza, I might just want to add one thing, and that is what really makes this work extremely well is the parallel architecture of our software, which we refer to as VaultFS. And you can read about this on the SwissVault website. But it enables parallel computing across multiple nodes. And so you don't have to be in one place. We can actually do this on a geo-distributed basis. And that's the beauty of what it is that we have architected.
Well, look,
our tech is pretty smart. And go ahead.
This is fantastic because it dovetails into some research that's going on that Brian Ragazzi is working on, and his team, a research concept we call QuaiNet, which is distributed storage as well as community inference. So thanks so much for being part of the Kwai story right from the beginning. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you, Reza.
Okay, so let's move on with the agenda. Still no sign of Angel, but
we can move on to the back office automation. If Suniti, I know you've been doing a lot of that work. Do you have any updates on that?
So we have been constantly working on making things easier and faster for our team. And with now the current access to Slack premium version, like we are in the process of automating tasks and managing more workflows through Slack as well. And we are on the process of integrating Salesforce with Slack to make it more organized and more efficient. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. So for those of you that are new to Slack, you'll see an icon in the top right-hand corner of your Slack window. This is on the desktop screen, and that icon is called the canvas. Every channel has a canvas. In fact, your own channel has a canvas. You have a channel. Did you know that? So what you should do is actually embellish that canvas, add profile information into that canvas. Your own channel is where people go to direct message with you. But if you have information in there. Let's see if I can actually present that.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you want to go to the intro channel. I think that's a really good one.
If you go to my channel here, you'll see that there's a profile picture. You can create that. Let's see if you go to the intro channel, which is up here, introductions. Great. This is a great starting point. You can see 464 members of this channel. So this is where you come and you say hi, where you introduce yourself. So this is a new member that just signed up today, Samit. I think Samit, you're on the call somewhere. We'll hear from you in a bit. But here is the canvas over here, and so let's go and have a look at the canvas, because the chat scrolls by, and so you can't rely on something that is to go and find something that scrolled by in the chat. It's almost like Instagram, it's gone. And here's the stuff that's evergreen. It's going to be here all the time. And so this is important information about how you navigate through the entire movement.
And this is an important one, Reza, just to highlight, because it has the public meetings, it has the onboarding meeting as well, which I encourage all the new members to join, as well as the channels and working groups. So this is a really good overview on how to get started.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we will hear from new members in a bit, but we've got some hands raised. Deep, you've got your hands raised.
Yes, hi Reza. So thanks very much for giving me a chance to talk. I guess I'm echoing here. I'm sitting in the stairs. So anyway, I really like the introductions channel, and I strongly encourage all new members to.
Deep, we lost you.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, now we do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking for volunteers to help me with research in the phase 2 of our product. We are a group of product managers, and we are looking forward to, already the next stage of our development. So when I went through the introductions yesterday and the day before, I was able to see people who were research-minded, who wanted to volunteer for research, and I was able to reach out to them individually. So for new members, please put your introduction there. That's the only way I can find you. And any other, area leads like data scientists or something, they will be able to find you in that channel. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, this is important. This is important because here we got all the new members listing here's why I came to join Kwai. And so it's also important to help these new members find their place within Kwai. I was just on a call with a potential funder talking about the challenges of managing a volunteer organization. We've got people that are volunteering their time. There's a window of opportunity. They might be in between jobs. This might be the summer off, and they've got time to invest. They've got enthusiasm. Let's see if we can get them engaged in the mission and not churn out, getting frustrated that they couldn't find a place to contribute. Okay, so this is fantastic. Let's go back to the agenda and
PyPalooza update is next.
So if Karsten is around, Karsten, if you're there, if not, I can give an update on the PyPalooza. Seems like Karsten's not here. I'll give that update. So PyPalooza is a series of hackathons that Karsten and Toby are sponsoring, are organizing. If you go and look at the one that's going on in San Francisco shortly, it'll be Friday, August 2nd through that whole weekend. So it's a sort of startup weekend format. It's quite grueling. The contributors there, 126 people going. This is going to be taking place at the Googleplex, and so the theme of the development is personal AI, and there's a series of these hackathons. Contact Toby and contact Carsten to find out more, find out how you can participate. They've also sent out a call for sponsorship. That's where they need most of the help, in sponsorship, and that's it's an ambitious program of hackathons. I think they had a dozen hackathons across the country. Not all of them are going to happen, but definitely the San Francisco one is the one that's up next. So we've got a couple of hands went up. I think AZ, your hand went up first.
Yeah, thanks, Reza. You know, people don't have to contact anyone. You can just come into pipalooza.org and sign up as a volunteer, as a founder, or any of the roles that are there. So we encourage people to participate. And now it's at Googleplex, so we've got a nice central place. All the food is covered, so come in and enjoy. Just being there is half the work. When you're there, it's self-organizing. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, AZ. That's really cool. Okay, look, we're gonna open it up for community voices, and oh, John, you had your hand raised before community voices.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm working on the PAI Palooza as well. I'm heading up the Tulsa event, which will be September 12th through the 15th. We are definitely looking for sponsors. Some of them are evolving from in-person events to digital events. I believe we've merged Seattle and Denver to happen August 2nd through the 4th in concurrence with the Mountain View event.
Oh,
so
wow.
There's a lot going on. You know, I mean, we're pivoting quickly with the limited budget, but hoping to make the biggest splash possible.
Thanks so much, John. I was on a call this morning with a potential funder, so I will close the loop with Toby and Carsten about that. Okay. So what we do now is we open up for community voices, and that means newcomers, people that are new to Kwai that have signed up, and I see there's a whole bunch of you. So what you do is you put your hand up digitally, and we can hear from you and hear what brought you to Kwai and what your speciality is. And you know, if you don't put your hand up, I'm going to call on you. There we go, Samit. I knew you'd be first.
Yeah, hello everyone. So my name is Samit Sonavane. So I'm situated in North Carolina right now, and I've been working as a senior data scientist over here at a retail innovation company, Toshiba. So I have my expertise in NLP, LLM. So recently I've been exploring LLMs a lot. We have been using a lot in work. And apart from that, I've been contributing towards community through TopMate, helping students or the data professions to get into data science. And I also mentor at MIT's Applied Data Science program. So I heard about PyPalooza actually at an event, so on a website. So that brought me towards Kwai, and I'm excited to be part over here.
Well, that's fantastic. So the PyPalooza brought you to Kwai, and rather than the other way around, which is great. And
yeah.
we think that the hackathon will be a great recruiting event. It'll be a great way of getting ideation and getting that into the organization and finding those developers that want to contribute to the code base. I think that's going to be important. So are you actually going to be entering the PyPalooza? Are you going to enter the hackathon? And
I'm still thinking over it. I'm not pretty much sure that I'll be entering or not. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thanks so much, Samit. Let's hear from some others. I see a hand go up. Yes, Antika.
Yeah, I'm Ankita. I have 5 years of work experience in quant risk. I worked in Ernst & Young and Gravitas. Recently, I have completed my master's in financial analytics. I'm new to this field, AI and data science. But by considering the future need, I have decided to learn this. So I came here to help you out and also learn that.
Fantastic. Well, look, there's jobs, there's work to do at all sorts of levels, and you will learn about AI in the proceeds of doing that. So there's a lot of back office automation work on, all the way from no code automation, as in within Slack, or if you want to work within Salesforce, there's areas of automation, but there's also data curation tasks that are important, so that we can ensure the quality of the data going into AI is improved. So there's lots of places where you can participate. Thanks so much, Ankita, for participating. Who's up next?
Thank you.
Okay, newcomers. I see some new names, and I'm going to call on you, and I might even call on some older names as well. I don't know if we've heard from Vache. Did we hear last week? You're a new member.
Hello, no, I'm a new member. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I'm a transfer to UCSD from College of the Canyons. I used to be part of the NASA Rockset X project, and I did have a previous call with Mr. Ariza last year.
That's right, I remember that.
So I finished the project. It was very good. It was very inspiring meeting we had last time. It helped me a lot. And now I'm transferring to UCSD, and I was interested in AI. I have absolutely zero experience or knowledge of it, but it seemed very interesting, so I decided to join.
This is a great place to learn. So you'll be working on cutting edge AI problems, and so you got the whole summer off. When do you start at UCSD?
I start late September 23rd.
Great. We can make use of you up until then. And the other cool thing is that if you're going to be in San Diego, you're going to be right near where Arcus Nexus is. That's the development firm that's actually helping Huawei, and that would be you can still maintain your ongoing connection with us. So let's connect offline, and I'd like to get you involved in some of the projects. And Joe's got his hand up, and then Eunice.
One of the things I'm thinking about for both the existing members and the new members is along the lines of the conversation you and I had yesterday with someone who wants to do this at her university, but she's just a student there or an assistant professor, and didn't know how to really do this within the IT department at the university. And so she wanted to do it, but didn't have the infrastructure to do this. We advised her to talk with someone in the computer science area, because if you're going to work on a university project, they've got to be involved. And so your input and guidance on how you might approach that along the lines of our discussion yesterday might be helpful for everyone who's attending.
Yeah, so it's normally these conversations are painful top-level conversations where you're dealing with either the dean of instruction and then the dean of instruction will punch you off to the head of IT, and that conversation bounces backwards and forwards and no one makes a decision. The easiest thing is for them to make no decision. What I prefer doing is taking a leaf out of the book of Amazon in the way that they did AWS. They basically said, well, let's just go over the top of the hierarchy of the decision makers and make heroes of someone in the rank and file. So a lowly engineer can try out something with a free tier of usage and then show their colleagues, hey, I've got this thing up and running. And they maybe show one colleague and they say, well, I'm going to run out of the free tier. I'm going to need to expense this. And then it grows. And before you know it, well, this is what happened in organizations. The head of finance goes and asks a head of department, why is your member of staff expensing $35,000 worth of cloud costs every month? And then he'd say, oh, no, we got to keep that because that's supporting our $100 million revenue stream. And then they say, oh, okay, we understand, right. Can we just move that to corporate billing? And so that's the kind of alternate way of approaching it. Okay, so look, that's just between us. This is a public call, though. Look, this I think is going to have to be the sort of dual tack that you take. You can, yes, you do have the conversations with the administration, but it's after you've got some internal champion already using it, and you enabled a free tier for them to be able to use it, and before you start engaging with the college at a sort of very senior level. I think we need to put the more detail onto that idea. But look, anyone can start using the personal assistant. You can start playing with it at least. You can go to our website and you can see the various personal assistants, and you can start playing with them. Signing up for the beta program, anyone in the college can sign up. So here's the personal assistant. You've all seen this running. You can go and talk to this, and it's a listening and talking chatbot. Okay, so if you are going to go to the beta page and you are at a college and you want to participate in that, you want to bring AI to your college, you click this button here and fill in the form. And 17 colleges have already done that, and so we want to get that to 30. Right, you're going to fill in the form, and what happens then? You get invited to come to a weekly sort of beta office hour where we talk about what the next steps are. And the next steps are typically, well, you start using it first and start showing it off to your colleagues. But we have to get your administration involved and your IT department, and then we can take it from there. We can have that conversation, as Joe said, hand-holding them through what an installation would look like. And if they can't install it, if they can't do that, then iBridge and SwissVault will help underwrite that infrastructure support. So there is a way to bring AI to your campus. You don't have to be the chancellor or the dean of instruction or a member of administration. Any level within the college can go and fill in that application form over here. Click the blue button and bring AI to their campus. Okay. Did that cover it? I saw Eunice, you put your hand up as well.
Yeah, just a couple of things. I wanted to welcome Dacia to San Diego and just offer the opportunity if he wants to reach out, collaborate with the Arcus team. More than happy to help. That's number one. Two, Angel is with us now. He had a good excuse, but he's with us now. So
excellent. Well, Angel, I've given you co-host privileges. You can unmute and you can switch on your video, and then we can go from there.
Hello, everyone. First of all, so sorry for being too late. I was doing real labor, until 4 a.m., past 4 a.m. in the morning. And I'm just here, just waking up. So I will not have a proper presentation to share, but I hope I can be excused. But if this is the right time, I just want to recap how we are, as Arcus and Eunice, the whole team, coming to this project. First, with the ever-changing way of technology in the world, we were like almost everyone in the community, in the industry, like trying to figure out, okay, what is this gonna be? What is this gonna bring for us, you know? And from different angles, one of them being like opportunities, but another one, business opportunities, but the other one is like, how can we contribute? And we were just internally making discussions while we got this invite to become part of a larger, bigger endeavor. So we never thought that this should be a no-no. We were very positive on, yeah, we want to be part of it. I remember Risa sending us a couple of emails, meeting invites. Hey, let's make an agreement on this. And I told him, like, what better an agreement than start working on it? We have people, we have resources, and that attends another challenge that we have had always in our company as a country. We need to prove that we know what we're doing, and we need to prove that we can learn to be up to the biggest challenge that we have in front of us. So that was the way we started in this case with Quai, but that is also the summary of how we started making business in this industry as a Mexican company. Now, it's not just about proving that we can deliver, but it's also just a way of giving back to the community, because we have been blessed in more than 20 years of growing, bringing good challenges, opportunities, and benefits to different people in our society, and also that trigger going us as a company, as a group, into South America with 2 companies that we have right now, and all of them tech related. We are into South America. First, in the services company in Colombia. Second, with a solution-based company that will need a ton of AI. I just discussed that with Eunice a couple of days ago, into Chile. And we know, like, Colombia and Chile is a way to go south all the way to Argentina and Brazil, which are larger economies. And they asked me, why you go south? And I told them, it's not because we need to, it's because we want to bring this level of development to other communities as well, right? And we know we're not the big companies that bring this billion-dollar businesses everywhere, but we know that if we can impact 50, 100 people in every country, that triggers along from with the efforts from other entrepreneurs, business people, communities like this one, that triggers a whole change in the dynamics of those societies. So that's what drives our motivation nowadays. It's not just seeking business and money because of money, right? It's also, if we can impact, let's jump on this because it just makes sense. That's the way it should be. And I know that most of the times the capitalism world is saying the opposite. I think it's up to us to follow that lead, or to engage in what we really, truly believe in, what we know that will help most of the people, societies, and also in America, because it's true that it's a different top economy on the world. But when you take the money out of it, people struggle the same as in every other country. I recently, I just want to wrap up this. I recently went to China, and I was shocked in a positive way of seeing how being on a totally different economy way of doing their society, people struggle the same way, people enjoy it the same way. So yeah, it doesn't matter the economy at the human and society level when it comes just to emotions and how you raise your family, etc. There are differences, I know, but I'm more the type of person that like to see all the common stuff that we have as humans. So that's how can the best way I can describe our company, our group of companies, Mind Group. And that's the reason why we're here supporting the community and trying to help to achieve and push to those that go after larger goals in the world. But thanks, everyone.
Angel, thanks so much. Well, first of all, thanks for your continued support of Quai. This is really important, and we would not be here without your support. So thank you so much. We need to probably brainstorm on how we can bring personal AI to the rest of the Americas, to take it south, to figure out what are the problems we can solve by bringing personal AI to those different communities. So I'm looking forward to partnering with you and with Eunice and the rest of the Arcus team in brainstorming those use cases.
Definitely. So we're setting up our network South America. So the countries that we will have a footprint, we can do it directly. In the other ones that we're not, we have a partner like in Ecuador. I met this company that it's also doing great work in technology. I'm pretty sure that we're more than happy to become part of this whenever we're ready to start onboarding them.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, thanks so much. Thanks, Angel.
I thought maybe you might want to hear about any work group updates we had for the Pi Assisted, since
yeah, I don't know if we've got maybe Roy on
Ion
board
or Roy.
Yeah. Your team will should give an update on where we are with the development. Okay, Roy or Cyan, if you're there.
I can give you a very quick update about.
Annie, how about doing that? Can you do that?
Yeah, we have been working so far in the PiOS backend, and we have been working on the channels and personas endpoints. So it's going pretty well.
And if you have anything to share, then that would also be great. If not, we can.
Yeah, I can share with you. Yeah, let me. Oh no, it's not up. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna show you what I have here. Let me just a second.
And the so it's Cyan, it's Roy, it's Annie, and there are a few others working on the front end, the Pi Assistant, and on the architecture, Roman was working on the architecture. Yeah, talk us through this this screen here. So you're working on API integration with the operating system.
Yeah, right now we are working in this backend, and we are integrating. We integrated this new endpoint to start consuming personas, start creating and retrieving some personas. And here, like this is an example that we are so far we are expecting to get when we create a persona. And yeah, so here we can see what we are trying to get. And also we are also modifying the chat endpoint that some had already been working on, and like this. So it's going pretty well because now we are we got the GPG keys, so we are officially contributors to this project.
Excellent. Okay. So thanks so much, Annie, for giving that update. I'm posting in the chat the meeting, the follow-on meeting is kind of our after party. You can see the link there.
I've did that, as well as the beta program page and also the PiPalooza. So please take a look.
Fantastic. Okay. Look, thanks so much. We've accomplished so much in a year. We look forward to the coming year. We're going to do much bigger things. There's a lot to do. There's the beta. There's making it generally available after the beta, and going on and tackling other use cases. So thanks so much. Thanks to Arcus, Nexus, and the team. Thanks to Angel and Eunice, and thanks to you all. I will hop on to the next call, onto the Idea Exchange call. If I don't speak to you again, have a great weekend. Catch you next week. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye all.
You still here, Michael? I just came back. I guess it ended, huh? All right. Where the hell's the damn